So next, we're going to have VIP and friends remarks and sharing this together with Anne. And I'm going to share the screen first. First of all, we want to invite Mr. John Chu. He's a longtime supporter, Assembly Member Kenson, and he's also the advisor for IPAA. Thank you, Kenson. Now you can start.
Thank you so much, Diana. It's really an honor, and I'm very, very happy to join all of you here again to commemorate the life of a trailblazer, a legend, and I'm very proud to call a friend of mine for the last 30 years. I hope all of you and your loved ones are well during this pandemic. And I want to thank Diana and the IPAA team. John, how are you? Thank you. Nice seeing you on the screen. I'm regret that we will not be able to meet in person, but I'm really, really happy to see you, John, Dennis, and Andy, Yang, and so many of friends are gathering here today. I'm also very excited to hear that Yang really have taken this IPAA to the next level and being able to provide the dance training or the dance classes during this pandemic, not only good for our physical health, but also will reduce a lot of our mental stress. So I wanted to definitely thank the IPAA for your continued effort, and definitely keep it up. You know, we're looking forward to a live performance soon, hopefully within the next 12 months. And I'm really also very happy to learn that Tina is running for a school board in Southern California. I would really, really love to offer any help that I may, and please contact me. You know, I don't think we'll ever recover from the loss of Anne Wu in our community, but I know that her decade-long work in sustaining and also importance of the Chinese art and actually the international art culture will forever live on. Thank you very, very much for having me here. I wish you very healthy and during this difficult time. And again, looking forward to meet all of you in person soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenson. Thank you so much. And please also pass our thanks to Daisy. Thank you. And next, we have a video from Assembly Member Mr. Evan Low, and he's busy, have a meeting right now, so he recorded a video for us.
The end of August 2020 marks the 3rd anniversary of the untimely passing of our dear friend, Anne Wu. She was a well-renowned art promoter in the Bay Area with a deep passion to promote the arts. Anne founded CPAA, the Chinese Performing Arts of America, in 1991 to keep Chinese arts and culture vibrant in the Bay Area and to promote multicultural and artistic exchanges. In addition to being an electrical engineer with at least 9 patents to her name, Anne was also a dancer, a choreographer, a playwright, an executive producer, and also an entrepreneur. Anne led CPAA to an art institute serving tens of thousands of audiences in California and across the nation. With the establishment of CPAA, Anne provided artists with a stage to showcase their talents and to integrate Chinese and other cultures into the mainstream. Today, we thank IPAA, the International Performance Arts of America, and Ding Ding TV jointly hosting such a wonderful online commemorative activity. It is especially important that after Anne's passing, that her friends and her family collectively work together to establish IPAA and to continue the work. Today, in this hostile and divisive socioeconomic climate, we especially commemorate Anne's impression and the spirit in bridging together the cultures and the communities. Indeed, Anne's spirit is the spirit of Silicon Valley and the mission to carry on her legacy despite the challenges ahead of us. Thank you for joining in this celebration.
Thank you so much, Assembly Member, Mr. Evan Low. Thank you for all your support. And I especially want to thank Mr. James Wang for all the coordination, the representative of Mr. John Chu. So next, I would like to invite the former mayor of Cupertino and also the former president of Cupertino Rotary Club, Mr. Orin Mahoney. Orin actually played a character in Anne's Spring Festival Silicon Valley Gala. So Orin, please, your turn.
Yeah, yes. So I know I met Anne a long time ago. You heard earlier how she lost her space in the Valco Shopping Center, or what was the Valco Shopping Center at that time. And a number of us were trying to help her look for a new venue. And obviously she found a great venue right outside of Cupertino, but right on the edge in San Jose there. And you know, her organization just did amazing work. And, you know, it started, as you all heard, and as we've talked about today, focusing on Chinese performing arts, but later, and I think we might hear from Fariba later, she expanded that into other cultures performing arts as well. So she joined Rotary during that time and then got busy and left. And then actually shortly before she passed away, Diana sponsored her back into Rotary, and we were looking forward to a long and fruitful relationship. She helped Rotary out through all our festivals, helping us get great performances in the entertainment area. She was a force of nature. You know, her drive and passion showed in everything she did, and it is great that her legacy is living on with the organization and the successes that I heard about earlier. So we will definitely miss her, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Orin. Thank you so much. So next time we are going to invite Mr. Gilbert Wan and the former mayor of Cupertino to say a few words. Gilbert.
Thank you, Diane, for hosting me. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Diane, for hosting me. I really appreciate being here today on a very auspicious occasion. I'm so happy to see Anne's family, Mr. John Chu, and also her daughter, who's running for a school board down in Southern California. So good luck, Tina, on that. Anne really meant a lot to me, especially in the Chinese performance and cultural. My two youngest daughter participated in Chinese ballet dancing at the Valco Center. It offered many families here in Cupertino and the greater Cupertino area who are second, third, even fourth generation to reconnect with their culture. We have very busy lives. Education is really important to us, but also the culture is very important to us. And by providing classes on the weekends and after school, these children are able to experience some of their cultural activities. Not only is it within the Chinese community, but Anne wanted to make it a very multicultural destination. She included Persians community, Indian community, and many other groups to use the performance arts here in Silicon Valley to promote the arts and culture. As you know, Anne Wu is one of the first women engineer at UC Berkeley. She was very successful in her career, but she also has a strong passion for the arts, and not only in herself, but bring it to the greater community. When she had to move from Valco, Mayor Orin Mahoney and I worked very hard with community members, and we were very happy that she was located in a nearby location just in West San Jose, and promoted it under the international banner. I really miss Anne. I really miss her performance, but it's friends like us and this whole group here that is continuing her legacy, and I'm so proud of Anne Wu. Thank you, Diane.
Thank you, Gilbert. Thank you very much. So next, we would like to invite the former mayor from Cupertino. Anne has a very close boundary with Cupertino, and she's done many things supporting all the community, especially Cupertino. So next we're going to have Barry Chan, the former mayor of Cupertino, to share a few words. Barry, you there? You don't see him, right? Okay, so next let's invite Patrick Hall. And he's also the former mayor of Cupertino, and he's also on the board of Anne's organization, and also the advisor for IPAA right now. So Patrick, please.
Thank you, Diane. And I'm really happy to be here to talk about Anne. And much has been said about her greatest accomplishment. And I want to add that I'm the fourth mayor of Cupertino speaking today. Anne is a resident of Cupertino, and we are very, very proud of it. Anne has been a very, very strong figure in Cupertino, and I recall my entire 15 years association with Anne, 6 years as a board of directors, and also on the negotiation with the late Alan Wong on Valco. She is very persistent, very demanding, and I commend her for that. And we had a really successful settlement on the relocation from Valco to the Bollinger office. And I can also memorizing all the relation or the association with Anne in my years. And I recall about 15 years ago when the St. Joseph of Cupertino Church was asking for some performance to celebrate the Lunar Chinese New Year. And she has no reservation and say, yeah, we'll send our performance. And she has been doing it she was doing it for 13 years in a row. And even with her passing, her staff is still continue to showcase the Chinese performance and arts. I could see her passion and love for the arts. And with her passing, I'm really gratified to see that her legacy is passing on to the next generations. And I really appreciate all those who are here today to commemorate the 3rd year of Anne's passing. And I want to join me in congratulate all those people involved, and thanks International Performing Arts of America on its 3rd anniversary, and continue to carry out Anne's legacy. Anne will not be forgotten, and her legacy, her spirits are always with us, always. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you for being with us all the time. So next, we're going to invite a famous Indian American artist, Matili Kumar, and she's been working with Anne and continue working with IPAA. So Matili, it's your turn. Thank you.
I'm so happy to be here. First, I want to thank IPAA, Andy Jian, and Diana Ding for inviting me on this really special occasion of Anne Wu's 3rd anniversary of her passing. I'm so fortunate that I had known her since the 1980s, and she was just a remarkable woman. She was a cultural leader. She was not just a dancer, she was a producer. She was a pioneer in our international arts community. And I can remember how her vision was so large from the very beginning. I mean, I can't even imagine that in the 1980s, we would have wanted to perform produce in the Flynn Center, but then she was able to do that successfully throughout the first time from the Asian Dance Festival that she organized. That's just amazing. And then to establish such a huge studio such as CPA, I think that is one of the most remarkable achievements that, that can never be duplicated, because it was such a big undertaking that she did, and she's made it so successful with so many communities coming together in that one particular studio. And I'm so happy that IPA is continuing to do that in her name. I'm really feeling so sad, and it is unbelievable that we had to lose such a leader as Anne, who, in such a manner. She had so much to offer the world, and I think in this pandemic, she would have had so many creative strategies for us to know how to deal with it. I'm sure she would have been able to, open the studios so quickly and so, easily. She was such a, she had so many ideas in her head. It is an enormous loss for us, for the international arts community, but I think I'm so fortunate. I'm really glad that she has left an enormous legacy for us, and we will never we'll never miss, we'll never forget her, and her memories will always live with us. So we miss you, Anne, but we're sure we'll never forget you for the work that you have done for us. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you, Matilde. Thank you so much for your contribution to our community and bringing the beautiful Indian dance culture to our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
I remember that I did so many times moderator working together with Dan, and on one of the Spring Festival Gala, my co-MC was Mr. Paul Fong, and he was the former California State Assembly member. So we're so happy that Paul is able to join us today. Paul, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. The last time we had a memorial, it was at the International Performing Arts Center for Anne 3 years ago. And I have not had anything to do with Anne, except I remember her almost every day, because she is a great community activist. And she was a community organizer, and she promoted cultural awareness through her community involvement. But more than that, she was a political activist too. You could see the line of mayors from Cupertino that she helped, because she helped almost all the Asian American candidates that ran in Cupertino, and all the good candidates that she supported. And they almost all won because of her involvement. She's a very, very sharp, astute political activist as well. And I really appreciated that. When she was directing and producing the play where I was the MC with Diana Ding, she actually told me everything I had to do. And she's a very great director and very, very precise. And she's great to have a daughter that's going to go into politics. And, it's just natural, because she probably picked it up from her mom. And she would be right there with you and advocating for your victory in your school board race. I'm glad her legend and her legacy is continuing on with you. And also the legacy of the International Performing Arts Center is continuing on. She's clearly engaged with the arts, but she was much more than that. She was a political activist, respected in the community, and she did a lot for everybody. And, I miss her so dearly. And, she's been a remarkable person in the community. And so, she actually is very much in a promotion of multiculturalism and diversity in our community. And I greatly appreciate that, with the Persian and the Asian Indian community going into the International Performing Arts Center. She's very open. And so I'm just glad that we're recognizing her, and thank you for the time that you gave me to think about her. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you very much. So next, we're going to have Han Wei. Han Wei is the former president of Cupertino Rotary Club, which Anne was a member. Actually, Anne was a member a long time ago. Then she came back and joined again. So Han, please come and say a few words.
Thank you, Diana. This is Han Wei. Good afternoon. I am lucky to get to know Anne in person. She was an artist and a Rotarian to me. But in Cupertino, we have received so much from Anne's passion and dedication for the performing arts. Anne was a wife, a mother, an engineer, an artist, a Rotarian, and a community advocate. She represented the best of the combination of Silicon Valley innovation and artistic expression. Her legacy to our community is that the love for the performing arts is for all walks of life. Her dedication and passion to plant this appreciation has continued to blossom in our community. Just like the roses in my background, her passion and dedication continues to grow every year, beautifully and in our heart. And I like to say that Anne continues to live in every one of us, encouraging us to fill our life with artistic creativity and beauty. I am so happy today to hear of her daughter Tina's aspiration to become a school board member, go Tina, and the continued training and artistic expression from Yang Yang. And so Anne continues to live with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Han. Thank you so much. So next, we're going to have Anne's longtime friend and our dear friend, Fariba Najit, and a Persian artist and community leader to share with us. Fariba?
Hi, my name is Fariba Najat, and I miss Anne. Anne was very close friend, and I met her about 23 years ago. And since we had a very special bond. What drew me to Anne was her passion for culture and her effort she was putting to bridge her culture, which was really missing in my culture. Bridge her culture, art, and history with American culture. I could always turn to Anne for advice about translating and transporting our ancient culture to this new community. In fact, I remember her when we were working on a committee for the 4th of July event around 1997, 1998. I kept on saying their 4th of July, and she was correcting me by saying, this is our 4th of July, and we need to understand American history and culture to be able to apply our stewardship and leadership. We would be strongest American when we learn from it and added our best. Our children are American. They be stronger by having parents who both embrace American and endowed culture. Anne was a great friend, and I miss her every day. Every day I'm back to my culture and thinking about everything. There is something, and I said, I'm gonna ask Anne, and then I'm going to, and it's a very hard year for us for 3 years. And thank you, Diana. Thank you, Yang. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, all of you. And thank you, Andy, and for doing great job. Keep up the good work. I love you.
Thank you, Fariba. I love you too. Thank you so much. So when we first watched the video of Anne, especially for younger pictures, you probably heard the beautiful music that was composed by the musician and composer Phil Yang Zhihua. He's the one who worked with Anne from the very beginning for a long time. We're so honored to have Phil here. So, Mr. Yang, please, it's your turn.
Oh, yes, hi. My name is Phil Yang. My Chinese name is Yang Zhihua. I'm a composer. I met Anne around late 1980s. Soon after, I started writing music for her. And I became the music director for the Chinese Performing Artists of America right after she founded. And I was the director for almost over 20 years. And during the 20-some years, I have written music for quite a few major productions, including the groundbreaking collaboration with San Jose Ballet. Dennis Nahao, he's the creator too. Anne's brilliant idea, and that we created the ballet, full-length ballet, Middle Kingdom, Ancient China. And during the years I was working with Anne, the number one thing I was struck was her total selfless dedication to the community and a dedication to what she really believed in. She believed in multiculturalism. And also she believed that art can unite people. Art can unify different cultures from different communities. And she worked so hard, she made it. And the center of CPAA became almost like a cultural center, attracting all kind of group of people from all kind of different cultures. And she's also she was very, you know, she had a keen sense of innovation. And she always said to me, see, we are in the center of the Silicon Valley, and which is the center of technology for the world. We should do something which can represent this multimedia high-tech environment. So she always encouraged me to utilize my computer music technology, which I really did. I created so many music for the productions. And the other good example, once she told me, oh, I got an idea. I want to create a dragon dance. Instead of the just regular traditional one, she said, I want the dragon shine on the stage. So she asked the dancers to dress in black, total black, in the darkness, total darkness, under black lights. And you can only see the dragon shine on the stage. And with my music created with my computer, the thundering drum beats track. That's really a very phenomenon, which also became the signature show for the CPAA for many years. Yeah, and also, yeah, but that's what I want to share with you as an old timer of Anne. And Anne will be remembered by all of us. And personally, I treasure the good memories working with her. And also when she was in a coma, I got a chance to visit her in the hospital. Even though we were not allowed to enter the room, I got a chance, right in front of the door, I shouted, "Anne, we love you." I hope she heard that. Yeah, that's all I want to say. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. Yeah, we all remember that moment. We went to the hospital and visit Anne. It's like yesterday. Thank you for sharing the stories.
My pleasure.
And Anne will be like the dragon shining on stage forever. And also, like what you mentioned, Anne said that art can unite people. Culture and art brought us together here today. And next, I would like to introduce a famous dancer and artist who's always played a major role in Anne's artwork, Mr. Liu Xingjiu, to say a few words. 刘老师。
朋友们，你们好，我是刘兴九，原沈阳歌舞团的国家一级演员，获得第2届个人文化奖。安物离开我们3年多了，真是不思量，自难忘啊！在这3年里，我们全家一直都没有忘记我们的良师益友安物。我们全家这个跟安物在 CPAA 20多年这个共事，我们现在能做的这样好，都离不开安物对我们的帮助、扶持和支持，我们是永远不能忘记的。安物是一个好的艺术家，也是一个英明的领导者。正如这个政府评价他是最有成就的公民，授他是女性艺术成就奖和美国亚裔英雄奖的称号。在我们湾区这个一些艺术团体，就是现在做的红红火火，多彩多姿的，都与安物的帮助、启发、支持、扶持分不开的。现在 IPAA 舞蹈团的董事会和团长洋洋和刘岩等一些舞蹈精英们，结下了这个安物这个火炬，继续走下去了。通过3年的实践，我看到了 IPAA 舞蹈团越走越红火。今天安物又把我们重新相聚，我相信我们一定能把安物的精神继续发扬光大。只要我们活着，安物就活着。在我们的谈论中，在我们的记忆里，在我们不经意地流下的泪水中，安物都会永远的永生。好，谢谢安，谢谢魏平，谢谢朋友们。好。
谢谢刘老师 Thank you, Mr. Liu. Thank you so much. And the whole family of the Mr. Liu Xingjiu, other artists, his wife Han Yaqing, his daughter Liu Yan, they are all the top artists, and they've done a huge contributed tremendous to our community. 谢谢你，刘老师，你们一家的贡献，谢谢。So before we kick off today, and we would like to invite the founder and president of IPAA, Mr. Andy Jian, to come back again, give us a close remark. So Andy, please come back. Thank you, Andy.
It's so nice to have so many old friends that I'm familiar with, that I saw came into the center to work with Anne every day. That you are all here. It's wonderful. I really appreciate, and hope you join us next year. See how Anne will train all of us to continue her vision next year. We will have a good show that this time we prepared for 2 years to show you. And I really want to thank Yang. Her dedication of her time, her skill, and her money, it's all voluntary and helping us. She is our next rising star. And thank you, Yang. And thank you, Diana, for helping us to organize this. It's a wonderful, wonderful event. Yes, and thank you for Tina and John, the family, to join us. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Can you tell us the schedule for next year's Performing Arts Festival?
Yes, it's going to be October. I think if I tell you the date, it's too early, and you may not remember. We already reserved the theater. This year, we reserved and we canceled. And next year, October, 16 and 17, that weekend, 16 and 17. We haven't decided want to do 1 show or 2 shows. So for sure, you will be invited to our next performance. Remember, it's 2 years instead of 1 year of preparation. And they have been preparing every day, morning and evening. I hate it, actually. My wife is not cooking. I have to cook now because she's dancing every day. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, everybody, for participating in this event.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matili. And also, I would like to thank our reporter, Fang Shaohua, to join us and going to cover the story, and many others. And thanks to this team, Andy, Jiang, and Dennis Nahat, Yang, John Chu, Sandy Wang, for all the hard work. And thanks to all our speakers and VIP guests and all the participants, and for your support. Let's work together, remembering Anne. Thank you. Bye.